It's an honor to speak to this issue. Just before I do, I'd just like to take this brief opportunity to once extend my condolences on behalf of the people of Etobicoke Centre to the family of Mr. Cirillo, the soldier who was killed yesterday in Ottawa, and to extend our thanks to all the men and women in uniform in our great country, both those who protect our freedoms abroad and those who protect our safety and security here at home. Mr. Speaker, this is an important issue, and I thank the member opposite for raising the issues that are touched on in this bill. Road safety is critical. We all know that. I think all of us know someone. If we haven't been personally involved, we all know someone who's been involved in some sort of road accident, and I certainly have had that in my family, and can appreciate the impact that would have. And as the Premier said yesterday in a different context, the security of the people of Ontario is paramount. And we need to ensure that. So is making sure that people move quickly through our roads, whether they be in urban environments or rural environments. We need to make sure that people are moving safely and securely and efficiently. That's foundational to the strength of our economy. And I think this government, there are a number of things that this government is doing currently, Mr. Speaker, that I'd like to highlight. First of all, I think one of the things to look to is the fact that we have some of the safest roads in North America. The data bears this out. And the Ministry of Transportation supports actions to reduce gridlock, to improve traffic flow, and that's because we understand that good traffic flow, safe traffic flow is critical to our quality of life and to our economy. Now, our goal is to safely manage highway incidents, or should be as quickly as possible, and we have to make sure that emergency services have arrived, and that any injured parties have received care and the police have completed their investigations. And this has to be paramount as we think about clearing our highways. And the ministry continues to work with the Ontario Provincial Police and other stakeholders to ensure congestion is not prolonged due to highway incidents and their investigations. Now, let me say that for the past 13 years, we've been ranked either first or second in North America for road safety. And now, despite this record, there's still more work to be done. So on average, one person is killed on our roads every 18 hours, and one person is injured every 8.5 minutes. And there's a number of things that are being done through the ministry, and I'd like to highlight just a few of them in the remaining time I have. So the work that the ministry does with OPP, local police services, and safety stakeholders to protect motorists through campaigns that address unsafe behaviors. The ministry has run numerous awareness campaigns and has strict legislation on impaired, distracted, aggressive, and careless driving. And this directly contributes to protecting roadside assistance drivers, stranded motorists, enforcement officers, construction maintenance workers, and others, Mr. Speaker. MTO recently worked with the Canadian Automobile Association to develop their stranded motorist campaign. And this campaign helps to educate motorists on what to do at the roadside in the event of a breakdown or a collision, which is an issue that the member opposite raised as well. The other thing I'd like to mention, Mr. Speaker, is that I think we need to look at this in a comprehensive way, and I'd like to echo the thoughts of the member from Etobicoke Lakeshore in that regard. We need to look at this in a comprehensive way. Making sure that our roads work well, making sure that they're safe, means looking at this in a holistic way. And there's a number of things that the ministry is doing, the government is doing. I've highlighted some of those, and we will be doing. And I think one of the things that the member from Etobicoke Lakeshore mentioned, and I'd like to emphasize as well, is the introduction of a new bill this week, the Highway Traffic Act, that will make our roads safer. Some of the things that are part of that is increasing fines for distracted driving from its current range of $60 to $500 to a range of $300 to $1,000. And again, this is all about discouraging distracted driving, which I think we all agree is something that we need to address. Applying current alcohol-impaired sanctions to drivers who are drug-impaired. This is an important aspect of this, Mr. Speaker. And introducing additional measures to address repeat offenders. These are some of the things that can help us prevent accidents, and prevent some of the gridlock, and prevent some of the issues that the members opposite had raised in terms of people waiting for accidents to be clear. Well, one way of doing that is preventing the accidents in the first place, and we're doing a lot on that front, Mr. Speaker. And another thing we're doing is to help municipalities collect unpaid fines by expanding license plate denial for drivers who do not pay their fines. So these are all elements of making sure that we're making our roads safer. But the other thing I want to mention, Mr. Speaker, and we were talking about a comprehensive approach, and the importance of a comprehensive approach is to think about infrastructure as well. It's not just It's not just one-off pieces of legislation. We really need a broad approach. When you think since 2003 we've invested $100 billion in infrastructure, a lot of that's gone to transportation, and we will be investing $130 billion more in infrastructure for the next 10 years, $29 billion of which is going to transportation. And this is a critical element of making sure that our roads have the ability, the capacity to handle the demand that we put on it every single day all across our province, Mr. Speaker. So what I'd like to say in summary is that the members that have been, the issues that have been raised are important issues. I think we need to look at this holistically, these issues. We need to look at infrastructure, we need to look at how we're executing some of the legislation we currently have on the books, and much of what's been mentioned in this bill is already being worked on and addressed by the Ministry of Transportation. So I think the bill as proposed is something that we can put through the committee process and look through what's already being done and what yet needs to be done, but make sure we take a comprehensive approach to addressing these issues of road safety and efficiency and effectiveness for the betterment of security of all Ontarians and to make sure that our economy continues to thrive. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. For the debate.